Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to this Monday, also known as Moon Day Musings with me, Lyle. If you are new here, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And please do take a moment to hit that subscribe button. And if you have been with me for a while, thanks for continuing to come back. Thank you for your continued support. You are truly a blessing and a gift in my life. Let's take a sip of this fake coffee. Fake coffee. I'm feeling a little bit flustered. It's funny because just before I came on, just as it was transitioning to live, I'm like, oh, there's a rawhide on the floor. There's my son's hockey bag again. And anyways, it is what it is. So welcome again. And just before we get into the messages and what's going on, just as I'm beginning to, let's see if I have a lighter around here. That would be helpful too. I don't. That's okay. Yes, just before we get into the thick of the messages today, I wanted to share with you that Volume 1 and Volume 2 of my first published book series. Volume 3 is going to be available in the next couple of weeks. Actually, in the next week, I just got notice that it is now completely formatted. So if you are interested in playing in the deep with me, Lyle, this is the book series for you. And they are available on Amazon. And if you are local in the GTA, you can reach out to me and I can get you a copy that way. And we can meet and have a hug. So there's that. And also, if you are interested in a 2023 yearly forecast, I am in the thick of doing those right now. And the messages are absolutely beautiful. It feels like 2023 is a huge year of us individuals standing up for ourselves and in our personal power, carving a new path for humanity through really the honoring and acceptance of our gifts and sharing them in our unique ways with the world. So, all right. If you want your 2023 messages, there will be a link in the comments below as well, or the description box below for you to order those. Okay, and so let's get into it. We are less than 24 hours away. This time tomorrow, we will be on the other side of our total lunar eclipse. They're calling this one a blood moon again. And I find it very interesting because we seem to have had a lot of blood moons recently, right? And I'm wondering if if we're truly having blood moons or if this label is being put on them. And I'm saying that because I've recently been guided to read the Bible, predominantly Revelations. And in Revelations, they talk a lot about this blood moon. There'll be earthquakes, there'll be blood moon, and something they said about the sun too. I can't quite remember. I don't have my notes here, but I do have notes all over the place about this. And I'll be discussing that more in depth in my Patreon community. And again, if you're interested in being a part of that community, there'll be a link in the description box below. But I've been really guided, especially with this one, because I only recently heard that this was a blood moon as well. And I'm wondering what kind of... so let's just put it this way. There's us, humanity, and then we are the children of God. And then there are those who work against humanity, those who work against the children of God, basically Satan, right? We all know this, whether we believe it or not, we all understand this on some level. And so those who work against the children of God know the scriptures probably better than most Christians do, or someone like me who doesn't identify as any anything other than a child of God. And perhaps they are using these moons. The occult loves they know astrology very well, probably better than many of us. And they work with these energies, and they work to amplify their agendas, if you will. And so, I feel like giving these moons this title of a blood moon is really, uh, for some reason, this feels slightly nefarious to me, and that just could be me, but it is something that's been rolling around in my mind and heart over the last few days. And so I just wanted to put that out there. So this Taurus lunar eclipse is a total lunar eclipse. It will be exact here. It's taking place during the early hours of the morning on the 8th, so overnight tonight. And I will be outside watching it because we'll have a full view here in North America. And it's a full, totally eclipsed at 6 a.m. on the 8th. And what I'm really feeling is that this lunar eclipse, it is the last total lunar eclipse, check this out, until 2025. And then in 2025, we have two total lunar eclipses, one on March 14th and the second one on September 7th. And so again, that feels very big to me, and especially because this one's being called a blood moon. There's something about it. And so I'm just asking you, all of you who are coming across this video, whether live, whether at another time, to really be in your heart space, because at this time, I wrote down here, the collective shadow is rising. And we are seeing that all over the place. Here in my part of the world, we now have workers in the schools go on strike. And, so children, again, as if they haven't been impacted enough by the last couple of years, coming up to 3 years now. In fact, they are again being used as pawns in this very, it's a disgusting game, honestly. It's a disgusting game. And so we've got a lot of people here in my part of the world outraged about what's going on, because the government here is going to bypass their rights and force them to work. And as one who has been very much sovereign in my position on things, and I feel like humanity's rights were bypassed a few years ago with the narrative about the bug and all of that. There's a lot of this energy coming up, like hypocrisy, and many don't see it. And that is, again, as alarming as it was a couple years ago, watching how quickly humans gave away their rights. It's alarming to see the lack of awareness with respect to the level of hypocrisy that we are witnessing here now. So, with that being said, I would encourage you to, because I've written Collective Shadow Rising, Healing the Deepest Wound, Breaking and Clearing Karmic Patterns. And we are to be acting and conducting ourselves in trust and faith, and trusting and having faith in the fact that we are guided and protected at this time. And there's nothing outside of us that can, when we're in our heart space, when we're living truly in alignment with our heart, there's nothing outside of us that can harm us. And especially if we're not, I guess they can harm us in playing with the mind if we allow ourselves to be played with in that way. The first card out we got is the Hunger Moon, the Wolf Moon. And this is actually the Beaver Moon. And what I'm really noticing about this is the number, which is 29, which breaks down to an 11. And humanity, if you're here at this time, and if you're watching this, you are here at this time. So if you're on the planet at this time, silly, you're here for a purpose, and it's truly a spiritual purpose. Again, it doesn't really matter what we believe or don't believe. There are universal truths, divine truths that we all share, like it or not. And so if you are on the planet at this time, and you are, then you are here to break on through to the other side. And you are here to heal, and you are here to move beyond limitations of the mind. And right now on the planet, we have rampant mental illness. Rampant. It's actually running the show. And we see it all over social media. I'm sure it's on the mainstream news stations too. It's probably pretty visible. And it's seen out there in the general population. Massive, copious amounts of mental illness. And in my opinion, the mental illness is simply a lack of spiritual awareness, a lack of spiritual understanding. And for generations, we have been moved away ever so slightly over time, so that we don't even recognize, we don't even realize that we are being moved away from our innate intelligence. Our, people with walls full of degrees can still be very lack intelligence, true intelligence that comes from source. It's innate, it's in your heart. You don't have to go to school, you don't have to get a degree to be an intelligent person. And in fact, the most intelligent people I have ever encountered are not those with degrees on their wall. They are those with heart smarts. And it's interesting because everybody these days has, or many people, not everybody, many people have smartphones. There's smart meters on all the houses, smart TVs, the smart little Nest thing that's in your house that hears everything you say, your phone that hears everything you say. 1212, it was there. And, everybody's gotten so much smart technology in their hand that they're very, very very unintelligent, because true smarts originates in the heart. And this is perfect. That is what we are here for. We are here to have a spiritual awakening, a personal spiritual awakening. And then when we do have that personal spiritual awakening, many of us will come to understand that we are all here in service to our brothers and sisters. We are all here in service to the greatest and highest good of humanity. And I look forward with an open heart to the day when humanity is prepared to make a fresh start, a righteous fresh start, aligned with truth and integrity of all children of God. Because there is a deep hunger in the hearts of humanity. There's a deep hunger that cannot be filled through external acquisitions of material resources, even of food. We can see the biggest person on the planet, unhealthy, and those people are usually in deep, deep pain. Emotional, and they're trying to eat their emotions away, and it's not possible. And so I feel like we are being called at this time to satisfy the hunger inside, the hunger that's in our hearts, and to get out of the mind. The next card that we got here is the waning crescent, number 27, and it's release. And 2 + 7 comes to 9, and it is a release energy. Full moons have typically been about what we're going to release, what we're going to let go of. And so there's no difference for this full moon eclipse. And this one's in the sign of Taurus. So we're the Taurus Scorpio axis. Taurus fixed earth, and Scorpio, that deep watery sign. And I feel like the collective shadow is really coming up from the scorpionic energy, and really seeking to be grounded and healed through the earth energy of Taurus, and being a little, although Taurus is a fixed sign, there is a need for us to be flexible here, because humanity, there needs to be a great rewind, right? We hear all these things, the great reset, which there's nothing great about the reset that is being pushed on us. There is a greatness, a true greatness, a righteousness in the reset of the awakened human who remembers who they are, right? And this is what I pray for every single day, is the humanity remembers who they are. If you haven't, if you're, if you've got a Bible handy, I would encourage you to go and read the book of Revelations. Read it. It's not a long chapter, 22 chapters, in fact, right? 22 chapters. That's interesting. Where's my cue cards? I'm going to have to make some notes on that. Really read it and spend some time. And I'm not saying, honestly, I'm not saying the Bible is the be all and end all, because I believe there are far older texts than the Bible. I just feel that the Bible is a great place for the average human to start. Hi, Lisa. I haven't been around in a while. Nice to see you. I'm doing well. Thank you. It's nice to see you here too. We've all been really busy, haven't we? Yes, we all have been really busy. But what I really want to say is, like, it's really important. I feel like the Bible is a starting point, because there's much older texts out there. And yet, if we can get our heads around the way the Bible offers us information, right? I believe that we are given information, and that we can use that when we're in our heart, when we're in our heart smarts, our innate intelligence. We can use that information to our advantage, and not to put us above another, because the children of God know that we are all brothers and sisters. None is above the other. And we've gotten this really warped sense of deservability, if you will, on the planet right now, because there are those that have much, and then there are the have-nots who have very little. And we're going to see this divide get even bigger. And it's all by design. Everything that humanity experiences is by design. Oh, Gina, I love you too. Auntie Gina. Everything is by design. So everything that's unfolding on the planet-wide at this time, is by design. And yet we are the most divine design ever created. And the sooner we can remember that, the sooner we can get on with the business of being divine human beings, right? Acting and living our divinity in the present. I mean, what a beautiful world. And the next card we got out of that first deck is the void, the dark moon, the number 1. And I really feel, with the fact that this total lunar eclipse is the last one until 2025, and then we have 2 that year, I feel like this whole collective shadow is going to be rising to be cleared over the next 3 years. And I know for those of you, all of us here who are awake and aware of what's going on, it seems like an eternity. But, this is a wound, the core wound of humanity, that has been hidden and festering for a very, very, very long time. It's deeply infected, and it's going to take a lot for that infection, that poison, that toxic substance to come up and out. And the best thing that we can do is to keep ourselves a clear channel as these toxins are being released, as the demons are grasping and fighting to stay, to hold on to what they perceive is their stronghold around the neck of humanity. So we must stay strong in our hearts and trust that we are here for this fresh start. Oh, yeah. So with that void card, there we go. With that void card, I'm feeling like, this is the magician energy. What is it that you want to give birth to? So it's perfect because we had that 9, right? The 27, the release, and then we have the void. And so the space in between the release and the new beginning is abundant with potential for growth, potential for us to move beyond what is known. And I feel like we are being pushed beyond what is comfortable, right? And being pushed beyond what is comfortable while being guided to stay present and in our heart space. And believe you me, it's not an easy feat to be in the heart space. And I often get way ahead of myself, and I can cause myself a lot of anxiety, like, oh no, what's going to happen? What am I going to do? And again, uh, this is the nature of this reality that we are living within. The next card out is look at the bigger picture. And so I feel like I'm really being guided to come back to that arrow here. So this is the full moon in Sagittarius. And the sun will be moving into Sagittarius in the next month or so. And I'm really feeling like this is our true north, staying the path of our heart, pulling back the bow, I don't know what that's called, the I don't know what it's called, but pulling back on the bow and setting our target and where do we want to go, because we are ending a cycle. And oh, the bowstring. There we go. Thank you. We are at the end of a cycle. And this is the releasing to the new beginning. So what in that void space, in that space in between, it's up to us to envision. It's up to us to imagine what we would like to see going forward. And when I see this energy, it's a world full of love and kindness, no souls left behind. It's the Kuan Yin's coming in, the very Kuan Yin type energy. The end of the tough cycle, the full moon in Capricorn. And Capricorn brings in that devil energy, right? Capricorn brings in that devil energy. Look at who's making my leg go to sleep. Little lady Luna. She had a big day here yesterday. We had a big birthday party for her brother. My son turned 19. Anyways, so we're at the end of this tough cycle. And the best thing that we can do as we move through the completion is to show ourselves copious amounts of unconditional love, being extra gentle and tender with ourselves as we move through. This is interesting. Don't let your past hold you back. The South Node. And this is, we've got the nodes in play here. Oh my gosh, we got the South and the North Node. Okay. So we've got this eclipse happening with Taurus in the North Node and Scorpio in the South Node. South Node in Scorpio, North Node in Taurus. And so here, like, this is amazing. How does that happen? Step out of our comfort zone and don't let your past hold you back. And so in the North Node is about our karmic path and the lessons that we came here to learn, where the South Node is truly South Node is our destiny calling, our natural gifts and abilities, or North Node is our destiny calling, and South Node is our natural gifts and abilities. But in the South Node, we have those challenges, right? Our challenges to face how magical and blessed and creative that we are. And so I feel like we're really being called to embrace our um, our uniqueness, right? In this day and age, every child out there wants to be the same, it appears, right? They all want to be the same, or they want to be like really out there unique, green and blue and purple hair. And I'm not saying anything truly, hey, do what you want. I'm just saying, like, there's this idea that we really have to stand out and be super, out there with our blue hair. And that makes us, that means we're on the same team. Honestly, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous because we are each beautiful. As children of God, we are each unique. And we don't have to go out of our way to prove that we're unique. This idea, like this being extra, is like it's like terminal uniqueness. It's mental illness. And it's not cool. Wow. So we got the don't let your past hold you back, step out of your comfort zone. And then to wrap this whole thing up, we've got balance, spirituality, and practicality, the full moon in Pisces. Which we had not long ago, right? September. And so this is what we're here for. This is really a part of, our soul's evolutionary process. And why we're here on Mother Earth at this time is to um, clear through our physical vessel the karma of other lifetimes, generational karma, and clear it through our physical body. And it's intense. It's really intense. And I mean, kudos to all of you who are doing it, because heck, I know it's not easy. And, in a world of rampant with mental health issues, and in a world that is just saying, oh, go along with it, just go, don't look over here, don't look over there, just look straight ahead, keep doing what you're doing, and everything will be good. To be one who is continually playing in the deep, diving deep into the heart space, diving deep into the experience, it's not for the faint of heart. And that's why, I've gotten some feedback. If you have read these books, or if you're in the process of reading them, please do leave a review on Amazon. It helps so much. It helps me so much get this book to all the right hearts that are meant to see it. And this book series is not for everyone, because it doesn't say doggy paddle in the shallows, right? And the feedback I'm getting is like, wow, that's deep. And I'm like, yeah, it's in the name. It's in the name. And the way I explain it is like, there's so many humans who come to the earth who are just here like to skim the surface, right? They don't want to go deep. They just want to work. They want to do their job. They don't want to be bothered. That's okay. That's okay. We call those the surface swimmers, the water bugs on the top of the water. And then there's others of us who are here to deep dive, who are here to continually go through the layers and to clear this stuff out, not only for ourselves, but for those yet to come. And so for all of you doing it, all of you who are balancing spirituality and practicality, thank you so very much. You are truly a blessing and a gift to this realm. And for that, and for our connection, I am eternally grateful. I'll be back probably Wednesday morning to we'll talk the afterglow of the eclipse, and we will do a weekly intuitive forecast at that time. I'm really feeling guided to get outside. I've been guided to take a few days off yesterday, today, and tomorrow. um, off in the sense where I'm not really pressured to do anything. I will be getting outside and hopefully recording some of the yearly messages. We're working with some beautiful decks for the yearly messages. We've got the Kuan Yin deck. It's really high vibe, actually, the decks. Oh, and our ancestors. There's a number of ancestor decks that wanted to be worked with, the Keepers of the Light, Archangel Michael, and Kuan Yin as our healing themes. And for the yearlies, for every quarter, we're also diving into my handy dandy little crystal bag. Let's dive into the handy dandy little crystal bag here and see if there's one that wants to come out for this Taurus. This one. Oh, this Taurus lunar eclipse. And this is just straight up clear quartz. And this is one I actually found at the lake. And it kind of looks like a womb, doesn't it? And so I really do feel like there is some deep cleansing and clearing happening through that sacral and root chakra. And I keep hearing solar plexus. So it's in the solar plexus as well. And this is really about personal power. And I'm being guided to say, trust the purity of your heart. Even though I'm placing it on my high heart, I am hearing trust the purity of your heart as we transition through this, what may feel like a challenging phase, yet it's most necessary and to move us to the next rung on our evolutionary path. So I hope something in here has made sense. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for commenting, Gina and Ali. And thank you. All I can say is thank you. It's truly an honor and privilege to be here at this time with you. I see you, I feel you, I love you, and I want you to know you are indeed a blessing in my life for which I am eternally grateful. May you have the courage to dive deep and reach in and reach out and call in all the blessings that this total lunar eclipse offers with your blessed name on them. Until next time, take good care.